So just before we leave this place and start our pilgrimage walk, we might just stop for a few moments and ask ourselves, how am I feeling today? Not about changing anything. It's not about overthinking anything, just as we set out. Just notice how you are feeling and be present to that. So as we know, pilgrimage is a good model for life, the journey. And on the journey we bring our whole selves, our body, mind and spirit. And that's why it's important to remember that life, as well as pilgrimage, is an embodied practice. We're not always very good in the church about talking about feelings and emotions. We're much better with thoughts. But yet, if we don't have feelings and emotions, or don't recognize them, well, then we're not fully human. And surely that's what the Lord is asking of us, to be embodied, to be aware that there's more than us, but also that our bodies and our feelings and emotions are important. And if God has made us the way we are, it must also be logical then that God speaks to us through our feelings and emotions. So as we set out walking today, maybe we need to notice and allow as we walk. Notice where God might be drawing us. Notice where God might be provoking us or challenging us. And just allow that happen. Don't fight it. Just allow God inspire and challenge and provoke. Michael Singer, in The Untethered Soul, which is a great book I came across during the year, he gives this advice for those who are doing this kind of soul work. Maybe his words are directed to us this morning. Just open, relax your heart, forgive, laugh, or do anything you want. Just don't push it back down. Of course it hurts when it comes up. It was stored with pain. It's going to release with pain. And as we notice and allow, what are we trying to achieve? Where are we trying to get? And I think the goal is freedom. Freedom from and freedom for. Freedom from all that holds us back, whether that might be self-limiting thoughts, painful memories, grief or loss, anger, difficult relationships, whatever it is. Our desire might be for freedom from. And then there's freedom for. We'll talk more about that near the end of our pilgrimage. Where is God drawing us? Where are we being invited to? Where are we being drawn away from? St. Ita of the Brendan story is sometimes called the foster mother of the Irish saints. And she had 3 maxims for the life of faith. And we'll ponder on these today. The first, true faith in God with purity of heart. Secondly, simplicity of life with religion. And thirdly, generosity with love. So we'll reflect on the first of those now, and then the second halfway through our walk, and then the third when we return here. So the first is true faith in God with purity of heart, with this notion of freedom in mind, which might be our intention for our pilgrimage. Essential to the embrace of freedom is to see our life as it really is. Brendan and his companions on their voyage came across many fantastical creatures, including large sheep griffins, dogs, birds, and of course sea monsters. In one episode, they reach an island which had no grass on it, and sand was not to be found on the shore. They spent the night there, and in the morning after Mass and during the preparation of breakfast, the island began to move, and they were terrified. When they returned to the boat and the island disappeared off into the sea, Brendan explained, "Fear not, my children," said the saint, "for God has last night revealed to me the mystery of all this. It was not an island you were on, but a fish, the largest of all that swim in the ocean, which is ever trying to make its head and tail meet, but cannot succeed because of its great length. Its name is Jasconius." So how often do we delude ourselves about things as they really are? Reality is not as we wish it to be, so we choose not to see it as we ought. Like the whale, we can also be chasing our tails, leading to pointlessness and that circular thinking that never leads to insight. Brendan's companions were scared until their hearts were freed, so that they could attain the unencumbered clarity which comes with purity of heart. To gain freedom, to grow in truth and clarity, must be some of the greatest graces and gifts that we can receive from the Lord. So as we walk, may we notice and allow and see where the Lord is inviting us.